Very good morning, everyone. My name is Vedanta Desikan Rajgopalan. Very warm welcome to all of you to my healing session today. Uh, just for a quick introduction to every one of you, for people who do not know me or who are seeing me for the first time, my name is Vedanta Desikan Rajgopalan. I am a certified Ho'oponopono healer and a trainer. I've been into this healing services for almost more than a year's time, and I'm really benefiting a lot from the healing sessions, both on a personal front for health, relationships, career, money, as well as for all my healies for whom I'm doing these particular sessions. And my goal in life is to ensure that Ho'oponopono reaches every household of this country. Whether at least one person in every family should know at least Ho'oponopono, so that they can influence the entire family. And by that process, if each and every family gets influenced, the entire country gets influenced, and from that the entire world gets influenced in a positive way, right? So Ho'oponopono is a great magic which works on health, relationships, career, and money. And this is the reason I took up the services as a healer, right? Because we nowadays see a lot of individuals who are faced with health, relationships, career, and money related problems in their life, and they are struggling how to basically deal with all these particular problems. So Ho'oponopono healing is a technique which helps you to solve all these problems. With that quick introduction, let's get started off with the session. Now, all the people who are attending this session through YouTube or who are live also present, what I want you to do is, I want to make this session very interactive, right? Even for the people who are in YouTube with me and seeing me from other channels, I want you to be very interactive with me. So what I want you all, each and every one of you to do is, I want you to putting down your comments in the chat window, so that the interaction would be very useful and helpful for me, as well as we can make the session more benefit. And I will ensure that at the end of 30 minutes, at the end of the session, you all release all your emotions and experience complete healing, right? So with that request, the first question which I want to ask each and every one of you who is present out here is, what are your struggles each and every one of you are facing in your life? It may be on a health front, on your relationship front, on your career, on your money front. These are the four areas of life which we have. And in these all four areas of life which we have, I want you to tell me what are the struggles you're facing. Okay, and along with the struggles, I want you to tell me what are your emotions you're facing, right, with each of the struggles. And the third thing is, how many years since you guys have been experiencing this particular problem. So I'll give you an example. Say for example, on the career or money front, I have a problem. I don't have a job, let's say, for a very long duration of time, or I'm searching a job, or I recently been laid off, which is generally a problem which a lot of people are facing globally right now. Now, suppose that's the problem. So the emotions you're facing, is the struggle you're facing is obviously a job loss or no growth in the job. That's your struggle. And the emotion which you are facing is something like anger, frustration, feeling very low, feeling very suicidal, hopeless, lot of things, right, like this. Let's take another example, and probably you might be facing it for how many months or years, or this, that's your time frame, right? And second is, let's take a health example. Suppose you say, on your health, I'm not having a good health, I'm having problem like blood pressure, or I'm having a diabetes, or I'm having a cholesterol problem, I'm having heart problem, I'm having lungs, kidney, or whatever problems from your head to toe, whatever you have, the health related issues, how long you've been facing that issues, and what are the feeling of emotions you have with respect to the health. So it could be like things, I'm feeling very, very helpless, I feel very sick, I'm not having the energy to do things, I feel life is literally become boring because I had to go and take medicines, life is not being happy, and all these sort of, so these are all your emotions, right? Similarly, on your what you can say relationship front, whatever relationships you have with your spouse, your mother, father, sister, brother, your bosses, your colleagues, or various people with whom you interact in your like in your nearby houses, or in a society, or in a building. What are the emotions you're facing with those people? Anger, not able to get along with people, fear, always hating me or taking me for granted, these sort of emotions. How many years? So write down all these sort of emotions, the struggles, the emotions, and number of years you guys have been facing. Come on, write it down in the chat window. Once you write it down in the chat window, you will be very clear that these are the emotions which are there. Right? Come on. So I'll give you 1 minute time. I want all of you to, who are seeing me right now on YouTube, please write down all your emotions, whatever you're facing, whatever your struggles on health, relationships, career, and money. What are your emotions you're facing? And third, how long have you been facing? Right? Come on. I'll give you 1 minute time. Okay. I see people writing things like, I have problem on. Okay, frustrated the job, okay, frustrated with money, frustrated with relationships, not able to get along with people, okay, feeling sick, yes, someone in the family having diabetes, blood pressure, someone going through some terminal illness like cancer and other things, all various problems, right? Okay, fine. Now, and the number of years people have written is say 2 years, 3 years, some people are writing 5 years, some people are writing 10 years, a different set of combinations which you have, right? Some 10, 15 years also. Now, what if I say within the next 30 minutes, okay, hear me very carefully, the next 30 minutes, you hear this session and do exactly what I say. I assure you within the next 30 minutes, I will release all these emotions, whatever you guys have written, right? Whatever emotions you have written in the chat window, I assure you, I release those emotions. And at the end of 30 minutes, we will go away from this place as if, this, problem is been completely healed, right? I assure you, right? In that case, what I want as a assurance from all of you, a request from all of you is for the next 30 minutes, I want each and every one of you to participate with your videos on, okay? I want you to have your concentration with me and exactly do what I say you to do, right? And if you do that within the next 30 minutes, I assure you, you will release all these emotions and you'll be completely healed. That's an assurance for me. Ready everyone? Perfect. Right. So now I'm going to start with a small story, right? I'm going to tell you the story of a particular doctor called, he was a Japanese scientist. He was not a doctor, he was a Japanese scientist. His name is Masaru Emoto, okay? Now, this scientist was based in Japan and he did a basic research. He did a experiment, I would say. And what was his experiment was, he did an experiment to prove that words, whatever words we say, they have got energy, right? Whatever words we say, it has got energy, and water as an element has an ability to absorb that energy, right? This was his experiment. Words have energy and water has the ability. So what he did as an experiment is, he took two glasses rather, transparent glasses. In one of the glass, he wrote a word as 8, H-A-T-E, 8, okay, which is a negative word. And then he took another glass with water, of course, filled with water, both the glasses, and in the other thing he wrote the word as love, L-O-V-E, a positive emotion. And he kept both these glasses in the refrigerator for overnight cooling, right? And next day, he saw the crystals that were formed under a microscope. And what he noticed was, on the glass on which he wrote a positive word like L-O-V-E, love, the crystals that were formed under the microscope which he saw, they were having a shape of a flower, okay? And the glass on which he wrote the word hate, right? The crystals that were formed were crisscross in nature, okay? Very crisscross in nature, very, very bad shapes, I would say, right? So very clearly through this experiment, he proved the point that words have got energy and water has an ability to absorb that energy, right? This is a true real life experiment, right? You can go to Google. So I'll just share my screen with you guys so that you can see, what I'm saying. You can see this, right? So you go to Google, okay? So you just go to Google and type in the word Masaru Emoto water experiment, okay? So I went to Google and I typed here Masaru Emoto water experiment. Okay, I just stepped and then I just see what are the images that are formed, right? So can you see now the images? Right here you can see now, if you look at the word, you can see this image very clearly, everyone. Yes. So if you see the image here, you can see the word thank you, and the word thank you which is written, you can see what a beautiful image that is being formed, in that particular crystal. It's like that shape of a diamond, typical beautiful diamond shape. Look at another positive word, wisdom. See the shape that is being formed. Look at the word truth that has been formed. Look at the crystal that is being formed. Look at the word eternal. Look at the crystals that is being formed. Angel, I love you. Look at I love you when it was a what a beautiful flower shape has been formed. The word peace, you can see a diamond shape is come. Now come to the next word, which is a negative word. He has written the word you fool. Can you see now the shape? How what a dirty shape that has been formed here. Look at the next word, you make me sick. What a what a complicated image that is being formed. Can you see, full of dots here with something in between, some and see the image of next word, evil. You can see how a dark portion has come. This is something looking like a a block. When you have blocks in your arteries and veins in your body, this is the way the color comes, right? This is, look at the image. So very clearly he has proved his point through his experiment that positive words have got energy, and and water has an ability to suck this particular energy, right? Now very clearly from this experiment, you all can even go through this website later on if you want, after hearing the session. You can type in the word Masaru Emoto water experiment, you will get the information. Now, Dr. Masaru Emoto clearly proved this point, right? So, words have got energy and water has an ability to suck those energy. Now, I want all of you here who are now with me this session to pause for a while and think, okay, as to what exactly each and every one of you do on a daily basis. Imagine the amount of words which we use, both positive and negative. If you really see the amount of negative words which we use on a daily basis, not just the words, even our thoughts also is an energy, right? So imagine the words. Let's now restrict it only to words. Imagine the amount of words, negative words all these negative words on a whole day basis we are using. Do you know what is exactly happening to those particular negative words? If I tell you, you'll be shocked. This is all being absorbed by our body. You know why? 70% of our body is water. To be very specific, 72% of our body is water. Everybody shocked? Whatever words we use on a daily basis, negative words, those all get sucked into our body, because 72% of our body is made of water. The balance is fire, air, sky, earth, and the last element is water, which that water element constitutes 72%. So everybody think here for a pause for a second. Imagine the amount of negative words you use in a day. Any negative words. I cannot do this. I don't agree with you. I don't like you. I hate you. This is not possible. My health will be always bad. I cannot do. My relationship will be very bad. My spouse will be always like this. My sister will be like this. My brother will be like this. My father will be like this. My cousins will be like this. My boss will be always a bad person. All these statements, cancel. By the way, whatever you say negative, whenever you want to cancel the energy, use the word cancel. So cancel. It's just, I'm explaining you the session. Every bad word, use the bad word, the word negative. Any negative word we use, it goes into our body and it forms these sort of blocks in our blood. Okay, you can see that images which was formed. We saw the word when he wrote the word evil. What a dark block was formed. Same thing happens to our body. So what happens is, whenever these words which we use on a daily basis, they go and affect our various arteries, our complete various parts of the body, right from head to toe, and we get all sort of diseases in the world. The reason for having diseases in our life is only because of the words which we use, and it's just not the words, even our thoughts. So I would request all the people who are hearing this session today, from today onwards, please don't use any negative words. Avoid absolute negative words. Don't use it, because moment you use a negative word, remember that this is affecting your body. Yes, it is affecting. You will have some problem in your body. either their shoulder pain, neck pain, body pain, and all these pains will go on coming back because you don't stop this habit of using negative words, right? So this is about, words have energy and water has an ability. Now, this science, using this science that words have got energy, there was another person called Dr. Hewlett. Okay, now I'm going to tell you a story of another person called Dr. Hewlett who was based in Hawaii Islands. Now, this particular doctor who was based in Hawaii Islands, he was a psychiatric doctor, right? Now, that particular doctor, he was faced with the challenge of, he was a psychiatric doctor, so he was faced with the challenge of healing all these psychiatric patients in the hospitals, right? So, these psychiatric patients whomever he had in the hospital, just one second. Okay, so these psychiatric patients who were there in the hospital, these people were having a problem with regard to, they were all people who were, from a very sick background, I would say. They were all people like, either they were dacoits, they were thieves, some were even rapists, some were even, murderers. So, and since they were all psychiatric people, mad people, they were all kept in chains, they were bonded in chains, okay. So, the reason they were kept in chains is, if a doctor comes to treat them, they will either hurt the doctor or they will hurt themselves. So, it was becoming very difficult to treat them. So, when Dr. Hewlett was faced with this challenge, he used this science that words have got energy, and he developed a technique, which is what I'll explain to you. He developed a technique, and using that technique, hear me very carefully, using this technique, he just used the technique. What he did is, he used this technique and he cured the patients. What he did, this is what he did. He developed a technique and then he used the technique to cure his patients. So what he did is, he took the medical reports of all his particular patients, okay, and then he used this technique, okay, patient 1, patient 2, patient 3. He was just sitting beside this particular hospital, and then he was going there and using this technique. Within 6 months, I repeat, within 6 months, he completely healed all the patients in that hospital, and everybody was completely cured, and the hospital had to be literally shut down because there is no psychiatric patients. How many of you think this is a magic? Type in wow in the chat window, right? It's a magic, yes. So what Dr. Hewlett did was, basically he used this technique which is called Ho'oponopono. Okay, this technique, it involves, when the word Ho'oponopono means, Ho means to and Ponopono means to clear. So Ho'oponopono means to basically clear your negative energy, right? So what Dr. Hewlett he did is, this technique he discovered, which is called Ho'oponopono technique. It involves basically 4 phrases, 4 phrases. The phrases are, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I repeat, the 4 phrases are, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Now, using these 4 phrases, Dr. Hewlett completely cured all these particular patients, okay. So, how many of you think this is a miracle which he did? It's a magic or a miracle, right? And how many of you would be interested to learn this technique, right? It's a very simple technique. I'm sure many of you would be realizing that such a simple technique and such a profound impact. Yes, Ho'oponopono is such a, that's the reason, my aim is to spread this magic to the entire world. This magic is known to a lot of people, but it is not being practiced actively. And that's the reason I'm doing these sessions, to make people aware of this particular technique, right? So these 4 phrases, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. Using these 4 phrases, Dr. Hewlett completely healed the patients, right? Now, how many of you want to learn this particular technique? Type in I in the chat window if you want to learn this particular technique. Yeah? Come on. If you type in I only, I will explain you the technique. Otherwise, I won't. Right? How many of you want to learn this technique? Okay. So, what I want you to do is, now I have got 2 options. One is, I can go ahead with the theory of this particular technique. Okay. What is Ho'oponopono? What are these 4 phrases? How it works? There is a science behind it, and there is a spirituality angle also behind it. I can get into those theory. Another thing is, I can demonstrate the practical application of this technique, wherein within next 10 minutes, you all will experience complete healing. So what do you want? Type in, if you want theory, type in T in the chat window, and if you want practical, type in T in the chat window, right? So come on, quickly go ahead. Accordingly, I will do that. If I get a lot of people typing in T, then I'll do the theory. If it is repeat, then I'll do the practical. Done? Okay, go ahead. Okay, practical. A lot of people saying, sir, we are practical. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Everybody want to experience practical? Okay, then in that case, what I want you to tell, what I want every one of you who are now watching this session is be ready for something called as a tears of joy experience, right? I promise that it's called tears of joy experience. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to do something within next 15 to 20 minutes, 10 minutes time. You will experience complete tears of joy, and because of joy, tears will flow from your eyes and all your emotions will be released. Ready, everyone? Okay, perfect. So I want you to promise me one thing. For you guys to experience these tears of joy, I want you to promise me three rules which I will say, which you will follow during the session. Okay. So first rule number one, you will all close your eyes. Okay. You will not open your eyes during the session until I say you to open your eyes. You close your eyes, and then you will repeat loudly whatever I say you to repeat. Right? Close your eyes, repeat loudly whatever I say. That's rule number one. Second, during the session, you would have tears flowing from your eyes, right? Because you're releasing emotions and other things. I want you to just rub those tears, continue closing your eyes and doing a session. Don't open your eyes, don't get frightened. I'm there with you guys, okay? Nothing will happen, right? Close your eyes, continue your experience, allow the tears to flow so that your emotions are coming out. Wipe your tears, so just keep some small cloth or something like that so that you can wipe your tears, okay? And third, very important, please don't allow your emotions to be held back. Don't hold back your emotions. The idea is for you to release your emotions, especially all the male members who are attending the session. Please don't hold back your emotions. You know, what happens is generally as males, we think, oh, no, it's not correct for me to cry, or I should not allow. Females are generally programmed quickly to, release tears. But male members, it's like, no, I'm strong, I have to be strong. No, allow the emotions to flow out, right? The idea of that session. And very important, so three rules: close your eyes, repeat exactly what I say, wipe the tears, if at all it comes, keep a cloth or something like that. Third, don't hold back your emotions. And fourth, very important is, so these three rules, you will keep it close. You will follow these three rules till the end of the session, okay? And second, just before your session, everybody hydrate yourself, okay? Just drink a small glass of water. I'm going to hydrate myself. Each and every one of you can hydrate yourself quickly. And if you want, you can just go and call your near and dear ones. If any of your family members are beside you, you can just call them. They're going to just sit here and experience it. Just ask them to close their eyes and do whatever I'm saying. That's all, nothing else. Okay, they will also experience this, right? Now I'm going to, until people go and get back, grab a glass of water and come back, I'll just play a particular music in the background, right? And this music is called as Devi music. I'm going to play that music in the background, and then we will do this session simultaneously. Ready? I want you guys to tell me whether the voice is clear along with the music. People can hear my voice. Yeah? Can you hear the music loud and clear? Perfect. Okay. So if everybody is ready, we'll get started. Once again, I repeat the rule: close your eyes, repeat with me exactly what I say. Don't open your eyes, wipe your tears, don't hold your emotions. Ready, everyone? Okay, everyone ready? Okay, let's get started. First, I want everybody to close your eyes. Quickly close your eyes. Keep your hands on your heart. My video will be going off for some time so that I don't want anybody to get distracted. So my video will go off. I'm seeing everybody of you in chat window, right? So I'm seeing everybody in the gallery view. So just continue with what I say. Now, keep your hands on your heart. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders, relax your mind, relax your body. Now I want you to repeat this exactly with me. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. One more time. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Now I want you to think about your mother's face. Imagine her face. Imagine her eyes. Imagine her beautiful smile. I can still see some people are keeping their eyes open. Please close your eyes. And as you're imagining your mother's eyes and her smile, repeat exactly what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Mom, for not being the best son, the best daughter that you deserve. I'm really sorry, Mom, for not giving you enough time in life. I'm really sorry, Mom, for hurting you so many times. Please forgive me for not taking care of you the way you have taken care of me, Mom. Please forgive me, Mom, for judging you, for disrespecting you so many times. Please forgive me, Mom, for everything that I have not asked for forgiveness to you. Thank you, Mom, for loving me even when I hated myself. Thank you for all the sacrifice that you have made for me. Thank you for taking care of me even when it was difficult for you. I know, Mom, I have not said this to you many times, but I want to tell you now. I love you, Mom. I really love you from the bottom of my heart. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Imagine how would your mom receive your love if this is the way you had given it to her. Now with your eyes closed, I want you to think about your father's face. And as you imagine your father's face, imagine his eyes, his beautiful smile, and repeat with me again. I'm sorry, Papa, for judging you so many times. I'm really sorry for hurting you or disrespecting you. I'm really sorry, Papa, for not giving you the time you deserve. I'm really sorry for losing patience with you, Dad. Please forgive me, Papa, for not remembering all the sacrifices you have made for me. Please forgive me for making you feel sometimes that you have not done enough for me. Please forgive me for all the anger I have for you. Thank you, Papa, for giving me birth, for making me who I am today. Thank you, Papa, for this life. Thank you for taking care of me for so many years. Thank you, Papa, for loving me even during those days when I hated you. I love you, Papa. I really love you. I'm really sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Imagine how would your father feel if this is the way you had loved him. Now I want you to think about a person who has hurted you the most in your life. It could be someone in your personal life, somebody in your professional life. Come on everyone, keep your eyes closed. No cheating. Think about that person. Take that person's name loudly and say with me again. I'm really sorry for putting all the blame on you. I'm really sorry for not realizing I got hurt because even I am responsible for my feelings. I am really sorry for not realizing I attracted you in my life. Please forgive me for putting all the blame on you. Please forgive me for not taking responsibility for my part. Please forgive me for holding all that negativity, all that anger, and all the hurt. Thank you for this experience in my life, because deep within I know I needed this lesson to grow. So right now I choose to move on from all that hurt and allow you to also move on. So I say now, go with love and grow with love. I love you. And imagine that you are letting go of all the hurt between you and that person and just let them move on. Now the last part, keep your eyes closed. Take your own name loudly. For example, I'm going to say Vedanta. You take your respective names and say, I'm really sorry. Take your own name. I'm really sorry for leaving you alone. I'm really sorry for disconnecting with you. Please forgive me. I am the one who underestimates you all the time. I am the one who judges you the most. Please forgive me for doubting you, for criticizing you so much. Thank you, my dear soul. Thank you, dear. Take your name again, for still being connected with me, even though I have hurt you so much. Thank you for giving me a chance to heal. Thank you for this beautiful connection with the universe. From now, I promise you, it does not matter who loves you or not. It does not matter whether someone accepts you or not. I promise you, I love you the way you are. Now take your name loudly again and say, I love you. Now cross your hands across your shoulder as if you're giving yourself a hug, and keep your head on one side of your shoulder as if you are resting on yourself. And as you are keeping that head on the shoulder, slowly use that part of your hand as if you're holding a small baby, and slowly moving that hands and say, I'm really sorry. Please forgive me. I am back now. I will never leave you alone. Thank you for reconnecting with me. I love you. I will always love you. Feel that love for yourself. Experience that love for yourself. Sink into that feeling of love for you for a few seconds. Slowly move your hands on your shoulder as if you are loving a baby, and you will realize that this is the love you are waiting for, right? This is the forgiveness you were waiting for. Feel that love for yourself and be in that particular feeling. Drown yourself in that emotion of love for yourself for a few seconds. Now slowly move your hands, and as you move your hands, slowly open your eyes. Rub your hands like this. Take all that energy on your face. How was the feeling? One word in the chat window. Yes? Yes, a lot of people writing feeling relaxed, feeling happy, feeling negative. Something negative is feeling light. Yes, cried a lot. Yes, I too had a lot of tears in my eyes when I was doing this session for all of you guys. I'm sure you guys would have noticed the change in my voice. It's release of energy, right? This is called tears of joy experience, right? I'm sure each and every one of you have experienced this if you have done this session exactly with me the way I told you, right? You have released a lot of negative energy from you, right? Which we have stored in our subconscious memory, consciously or unconsciously. You have released all that particular negative energy. Now, what happens is when you do this, you will suddenly see some good results happening for you from today, tomorrow, even in a week's time. Why? When negative energies goes out from your body, which you release in the form of tears, automatically you start vibrating, your energy levels go up, you start vibrating at a very high frequency, and when you start vibrating at a higher frequency, you automatically achieve your goals. That's the simple concept behind it, right? Now I want to tell everyone, how many of you want to experience this particular magic with me on a daily basis, right? Imagine if you want to if you experience this sort of magic with me for 1 month. Imagine how much of negative energy will be released, how you all will get healed. Ready, everyone? In that case, let me invite you to my 1 month of paid advanced Ho'oponopono healing session. Okay, so you can join my 1 month of advanced Ho'oponopono healing session where I do this sort of conversational Ho'oponopono, what we call. We will do basic chanting of Ho'oponopono. We'll do something called as an emotional frequency tapping technique where you'll release emotions quickly and you'll get healed. There's another powerful technique which is called neuro linguistic program, NLP. Very, very powerful technique where 20 years of pain people release in 10 minutes. I have got people in my sessions who have released that, right? So here I go. I would request all of you to take advantage. This session today was basically to introduce you to what is Ho'oponopono all about, right? Imagine within 30 minutes, a lot of you experience a lot of healing. Imagine if you do this for 1 month. It's like a 4 weeks of course which I have, excluding Saturday, Sunday. So 21 days to be very specific, 4 weeks spread. If you do this session with me, I assure you, you will get healed from all your problems. So if you are interested to join my 30 days, you can reach out to me at my WhatsApp number. My number is 9820505328. I repeat, it's 9820505328. You can join my session and we will customize the session in such a way that it suits your timing, right? So it can be for health, relationships, career, and money, right? So with that, we end today's session. I think we are almost exactly 40 minutes on to the session. So I'll put an end to the session. Whoever wants to reach out to me with more questions and answers, please reach out to me at my WhatsApp number. It's 9820505328. I'm happy to answer questions, and I would request everybody to please join my 30 days of paid healing session so that you benefit, and not just you benefit, you share this knowledge with your entire family and everybody benefits in that, right? So before I end the session, in case I said during the session anything wrong which has hurted you, all I want to say is I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you, right? So until I see you in my next session, everybody please take care of you and God bless you all.